First graders. So we are going to do something a little different with our read aloud today. I do have a new chapter book, George and Martha One More Time. These are some new characters we haven't met yet. You can see from the cover picture that George and Martha are hippos. So we'll learn a little bit about George and Martha as we go through the stories. However, this book is just a short chapter book. There are only 2 chapters in this book. And it's not like Henry and Mudge where you need to read the first chapter to understand the second and third chapter. In George and Martha, each chapter tells its own story. So what we're going to do today as we're reading through the chapter is I have some covered words in the story. And we'll pause when we get to those covered words, and I want you to think what word would look right, sound right, and make sense in the story. Okay? So looking at George and Martha, on the back it just says 2 great stories about 2 best friends. So from looking at the cover, I can tell George and Martha are hippos. Looking at the back, I know that they're best friends. So if I go to my first chapter, it says story number 1, the scary movie. So I'm wondering if George and Martha watch a scary movie together. Martha was nervous. I've never been to a scary movie. What do you think that word could be? What would look right, sound right, and make sense? Think of a word. Okay, I've never been to a scary movie before. Silly goose, said George. Everyone likes scary movies. I hope I don't faint, said Martha. Okay, so let's look at Martha. She looks kind of nervous in that picture. The words told us she was nervous. She's never been to a scary movie before. So I'm wondering if Martha's going to like the movie. Martha liked the scary movie. This is fun, What would make sense there? Maybe she shouted, she said, she exclaimed. Think about what word you think it might be. Oh, she giggled. Martha noticed that George was hiding under his seat. I'm looking for my glasses, said George. You don't wear glasses, said Martha. So we can see Martha's got a smile on her face, so it looks like she is enjoying the movie. When the movie was over, George was as white as a sheet. Hold my hand, George said to Martha. I don't want you to be afraid, blank home. What's going to look right, sound right, and make sense there? I don't want you to be afraid. Okay, let's see. Walking home. I was thinking going. I don't want you to be afraid going home. But walking also looks right, sounds right, and makes sense. I know it wouldn't be going once I looked at the letters. Going, g starts with a G. Walking started with a W. So I don't want you to be afraid walking home. Thank you, said Martha. So now look at George. He's as white as a sheet. He's holding Martha's hand. He was looking for glasses that he doesn't wear in the movie theater. So what are you thinking about George? Do you think George liked the scary movie? Okay, I think all of our clues tell us that George did not like the scary movie. It was Martha who was nervous in the beginning, and she changed her feelings after she watched the movie because she enjoyed it and she liked it. George also changed his feeling because in the beginning he's like, everyone likes scary movies. And now look at him. He's not really enjoying that scary movie. Okay. So as you read through stories, if you come to a word that you're stuck on, remember to ask yourself what's going to look right, sound right, make sense, look at the first letter and start with this letter. Okay, use those strategies to help you figure out words that you get stuck on. All right, so come back on Monday to see what happens with George and Martha next.